Hey, beautiful
Hey,
people.
what's going on? How y'all doing out there? My name is Chris from the Lou,
And I'm Lady V.
and we are It's a Midwest Thing podcast. How y'all doing this evening? Once again, um, today is February 13th, Valentine's Day episode part 2. We are talking about relationships and dating and that special one that you have. Valentine's Day is tomorrow, so um, here we go. I hope y'all have a good Valentine's Day, and I hope you all have a good rest of the weekend as well coming up. I know either tomorrow's gonna be pretty busy because it's Valentine's Day specifically, but the weekend I'm pretty sure it's gonna be still pretty busy too because it is in the middle of the week. So
All right, so my beautiful black people, it is also Black History Month.
yes, it is.
So, um, as a part of this conversation, I also want to encourage you to seek therapy and mental health support if you need it.
Mhm.
And then also, um, we got to learn how to manage our emotions, right?
Mhm.
So we're just talking about like not arguing and making sure we have conversations at an even calm
Yeah.
tone or whatever.
Yeah. Yes, we
And
were.
it's a good practice to continue. We still may not always agree,
Right.
but we definitely hear each other.
Right.
And sometimes when we have conversations in the heat of the moment or out of anger,
Mm.
we're not open to listening to what the other person has to say.
Right. That
And
is
it
abs.
affects our relationships with um, romantically, but it also affects how we deal with our children and other people that we
Other
love and
people
care
around.
about.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, sometimes we just lash out because you blew me.
Yeah. Yeah.
And we need to do better for real.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's my encouragement for all of you beautiful people out there listening. Just be more cautious and aware of
Mhm.
your emotions. Sometimes you might need to just take a beat
Mhm.
before you respond.
Mhm.
you know. But with that, we're gonna have a couple of conversations off of the tonight's conversation card deck. I'm really excited to
Tonight's
go to the
conversations.
live broadcast this weekend.
Tonight's conversation cards, and yes, we do. On Friday, we have a tonight's conversation actual live broadcast. We're going to in here in St. Louis. So yeah.
So I'm gonna mix up these cards a little bit so we can truly pick at random.
Okay. Okay.
And I'm gonna let you pick the first one, and then we'll do a couple from each deck. No, you could the top one, the middle one, it don't matter. All right.
All right. It says, after having amazing sex, your significant other asks as if it's the best sex you've ever had. Oh wow. It is not. It is not. Would you tell the truth or lie? Explain. Um. after having sex, after having amazing sex, your significant other asks if it's the best you ever had.
Now, Mr. Truth got a question about whether he gonna tell a truth or a lie.
I'm not gonna lie, but I ain't gonna. It ain't. What kind of question is that?
That's a
Like,
real question.
yeah. See,
Cause I
when
mean, like sometimes our expectations be different from what we get, and then sometimes the truth ain't real easy to bear.
I
So
mean, oh yeah, that's always been that way. But
it could be the truth. It could be a lie.
I don't know what I mean.
Not every session is the best session. So it's just I don't know where you want to go with that.
What you want me to say? I don't know. Like we good. We good. Like I'm good. You good? We good. Either way it went. I mean, I'm good.
So this is what I'm gonna say. It's a hard question, but I mean, I feel like you typically honest with me whether I want to hear it or not.
I am.
And it's a good and a bad thing.
Mm-hmm.
So no, I don't want you to lie to me.
Right.
Ever, for real.
Right.
But one thing I feel like I don't want to hear is a comparison to another person.
Yes, yeah, I can. Yeah.
So whether you tell me it's the best or not or whatever,
That's still a comparison. That's
comparing me to somebody.
That's comparing somebody.
And
exactly.
What we could do is have a conversation about what we need to adjust, but we're not gonna have a conversation about comparing previous people.
Is that your final answer?
That's
your final answer.
My answer.
Okay, my answer is we good. I mean, I climaxed.
You irritating. But that's all you care about anyway, punk. Pick another card.
Oh, it's me again.
I'm making you pick again.
Okay. See, random. Okay, a woman refuses to dance with her date at a club. Later, she spots him on the dance floor with another woman. She gets upset and leaves. Who's in the wrong? Well, both of them in the wrong, but why did you refuse to dance with him and then you get mad at him for dancing with somebody else? That's contradicting.
Okay, so I've had this experience before, and I feel like it's levels to it, right? So I don't feel like I refuse to dance with my partner. They just also want to dance with other people. But I think where you have to establish like your expectations and your boundaries is if you're okay with your partner dancing with other people, or do you consider that cheating? Because when
it doesn't say cheating though.
I know, but I'm saying
okay.
People have different feelings about it, right? And so why it was an issue for me when it happened with me with my partner dancing with somebody else is because when they saw me doing the same thing previously, or not even saw but heard about it, it was like that's a form of cheating. Because with twerking, with juking, whatever, like sometimes you get a little close. Sometimes it get a little real X-rated real quick, even though that may or may not lead to other things or whatever. So there are some people that may think that is a form of cheating. Right. And, men just a little extra than women, in my opinion, with that type of stuff. So.
Okay, let's bring it up to the caveat of the most recent thing that we've seen in the Super Bowl and the dancing of Usher dancing up on Alicia Keys.
I mean, Usher dancing with anybody.
Yeah, savage.
The men that these women are with may or may not feel some type of way. So I mean, like again, for Keke Palmer. Dude, like he thought that was like a form of cheating, right? He doing too much. Yeah, you too close. And then with Swiss Beats, he more so like it's a performance. Like y'all need to chill, move right along, And so. And
somebody else had brought up.
To me, it come down to like your security in that relationship.
Basically.
So like if you're securing your relationship, like that's not gonna mean nothing to you. Right. But also, if that's a boundary. Then you need not cross it.
Right.
So that's why I say you have to establish your boundaries and expectations. Like, if you feel like when we go out, you only should be dancing with me, then we need to set that expectation up front.
Right.
And I mean, like, no, I'm not going to be approaching other people, but I mean, as a woman, like, there are guys just come up and start dancing that I've experienced many times before. And so, like, you can set that boundary for yourself, or if that's a boundary you have within your relationship, that's something you probably need to know before you go out, even just hanging with your girls or with your guys or whatever, because the way social media is set up, it's going to be a picture circulating. And
video,
I think that's
even a video.
Found out is that it was like a picture posted or whatever. Just randomly.
Oh, really?
So, yeah, from a college party.
Okay.
Whatever.
Okay.
But, yeah, like, social media stuff is, it just circulates or whatever. So if that's a boundary you have in your relationship, y'all need to talk about it.
Right. Right.
And establish that before it even become an issue for real.
Right.
Because it's gonna happen.
Right.
On one side or the other.
Right.
Unless
Right.
you say, nah, we ain't doing that.
Right. Like I said, I feel like on my thoughts of it, it depends. Like Lady V said, it depends on your security in your relationship, how you secure in a relationship, and if y'all had any type of conversation or communication about it, something like that before, previously, or whatever. Like, I mean, dancing is just dancing, but it can be, people can definitely get in their feelings and feel some type of way about it too. So
I mean, people go too far sometimes too.
I remember, I haven't experienced this in a long time. This had to be like all my stories are like old, like when it like between like 2006 and 2011 or 10. Like last time I've experienced this situation, it had to be like 2007, 2008. When a random dude started dancing with the lady I was talking to, and she was just like, oh no, this boy trying to get on me, and I wasn't right next to her. I was like, I had like been to a bar or something, and came back, and she was like trying to get away from him. I'm like, yo, what's going on here? And she was like, just keep it moving, just keep it moving. I ain't trying to get in no fight and like that. Just keep it moving. And I'm like, okay. So yeah.
Cause it for sure happens.
Yeah.
Like somebody just grab you and want you to start dancing.
Yeah.
But it's like you didn't even ask me. It's just the expectation.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's like you can't assume who with somebody.
Right.
Or not.
Yeah.
So people just have to have their boundaries.
Yeah.
Set.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, sometimes I feel like men don't respect them boundaries when you be out, like whether it be like with your girls or whatever. Like you could just be trying to have a good time, and somebody think you stuck up or whatever because you don't want to get them no attention. But it could just be like, I'm good.
Yeah.
I got a man. He ain't here, but
right. That and that liquid courage too. When people just don't care.
But just in my experience, a lot of men don't respond to that well.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Okay.
But I'm gonna pick another card.
All right.
That was an interesting question.
That is the one.
Oh.
that sound kind of crazy right there already.
Because they talking about me, get out my business. Money is tight. And your significant other has just received their 4th online shopping delivery of the week. What happened next? You need me to read it again?
Yeah, read it again.
Money is tight.
Uh-huh.
Your significant other just received their 4th online shopping purchase.
Meaning they spend too much money, basically. And you already know money's tight.
What's next?
I mean, a conversation need to be had, but like, everybody's relationship is different. So I don't know. Like,
okay, talk to me about your opinion on it.
I mean,
because I got a lot of random.
If everything's still gonna get if everything's still gotten taken care of, like the important things, like the bills and everything, then I ain't tripping. But if things are behind, then it's obviously a problem.
Yeah.
So that's what I'll say to it, because if you spending extra money that you probably shouldn't be, that's also on you. But as long as the bills are taken care of, like I said, I ain't tripping, because I ain't tripping as bad, because that's your little free money or whatever that you had or whatever, or and the bills are taken care of. But if the bills are behind or not taken care of, then that's a big problem already.
Okay. So I would say I'm pretty responsible in terms of paying bills.
Man, you're very responsible.
But
as far as I know. As far as what I've experienced with you,
I'm pretty responsible when it comes to bills. The issue come with saving, right?
mm-hmm.
And so
I think that's a lot of people
that's
though.
probably like where
Everybody.
like the shopping and stuff should be cut down.
Yeah.
So like, yeah, when you make your own money or whatever, you want to be and feel like do what you want with your funds. Mm-hmm. I think as our relationship grows,
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't have a huge issue with you being like, babe, like we got X, Y, and Z to do.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe chill a little bit.
Well, we've had that discussion already. Like as far as saving to for a wedding. You know, we've already had that conversation too, so I mean the conversation is a conversation. There's only so much you can say. You know.
Yeah, but then once you marry, like your finances kind of affect each other, whether you believe that or not.
Well, they do.
So I mean, you still decide to have separate accounts or whatever, or merge them together, or have something together, whatever. That's on you.
Right.
But and I mean, when marriage and children are involved, you know, we kind of affect each other a little more.
It definitely affects each other more.
I think it's a difference between saying you can't do this or you can't shop at all versus saying like, let's set some goals towards this, you know, to kind of maybe manage funds a little more.
Right. A side note to that, you just brought in kids. You had mentioned this earlier off camera, but we didn't get to it on the first part. We watch a TV show. Well, first off, the question was, do men have baby fever?
Oh, yeah.
And she asked me that earlier. And I was like, well, how I answered it was basically like, me, I like to live. I want to live out, have a legacy. I want to have, if I'm very fortunate in the next few years or whatever, become very, very successful, then I definitely want to have that passed down to my kids, and I'll have a legacy built for that, and that's how you do through your children, through your kids. So when she asked me that, I was like, well, I mean, we watched this TV show called Ready to Love. And Ready to Love is on the OWN network, but we watch it on YouTube TV or Max, because they have the later episodes on YouTube TV and Max. Thank you. So the guys on this season, a lot of the guys on this season don't have any kids at all. And that was a big issue with some of the women that's on there that actually already have kids. And one specifically said she don't want any more. And so, like, most of the guys was like, I want a legacy. I want a legacy, and I don't have any kids now. So I definitely want one or two kids, or want kids. So as far as baby fever, I say, yeah, a man can have baby fever, especially if you don't have any and you want to, have some to, have build a legacy and let your last name be passed down. So in that sense, yes, men can have baby fever. And then you were saying. Oh, you were saying in general that you think that men could have baby fever, and I'm like, I guess, but I think as far as like wanting a legacy, want to have your name passed down, yeah, you can have baby fever.
You ain't never had it before?
No. I mean, see, the thing is, this would be the first time when and if, excuse me, we have a child that's intentional. It wasn't intentional before. It was, I mean, gonna be honest, it was accident. So this is actually intentional. So yes, I would say if this is like, if you talking about baby fever and it being intentional to actually have a child, then yes, okay. If that makes any sense. But like,
if that's your response, okay.
well, because I didn't have baby, I don't, no, I didn't have baby fever.
Okay.
I mean, I understand, you know, no, I don't think I have.
Cool. I mean, I have previously, and it's crazy because I feel like I got a lot of close friends having kids now, but I don't have baby fever right now. I feel like I've really felt it when my youngest nephew was born.
Mm.
Yeah, I had him a lot of. That was my son.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
All my nephews is my nephew's sons, but yeah, for sure. Especially with that one, like I was actually in the hospital with my sister when she had him and held him first. So yeah, that was a real moment.
Okay. 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 All right. You gonna choose another one? Since I did two, you do too.
So okay, we'll do one more from here, from the relationship debates. So picking a random corner. Let's see. Okay, so this one says a man has a side piece but claims he loves his wife with all his heart. Is that possible for real?
Men of success and a certain stature does it all the time. So, I mean, I'm guessing it's real. It's possible because it's been done all the time. I mean, if that in that sense, yes.
I don't think it has anything to do with money or stature or all that stuff, whatever. But I think if a man want to cheat, he gonna cheat. I don't think it has to do with any if he loves his wife or not.
That's true too.
But I think it's very possible that he loves his wife and he still cheats.
Mm-hmm.
And vice versa. I mean, because women cheat too, low key. So I feel like it's very possible to still love your significant other, even if they cheated. Now the hard thing is that
getting over it.
It still can be a hump for them to forgive you.
Yeah, getting over it.
So is it worth it?
Now that's another question. Is it worth it? No. In the end of the day, no, it wouldn't be worth it. I mean, because you lose too much. You definitely can lose, obviously, your relationship or your husband or wife. And then you can lose your kids, too. And then you got courts can get involved. Payments can get involved. Child support, alimony, all that can get involved. Half of it's cut down. And it can get really reckless and really crazy, as you can see in a lot of social media celebrity relationships that over the last couple years. As a matter of fact, it's been a lot.
Do you feel like you can move forward in a relationship and your wife cheated on you?
There are such things as a double standard. Me and Tez had this conversation with you and Jasmine, the last time we actually had game night, or the time before that we had game night, and we was explaining this. I probably wouldn't because it's a different feeling when you got your woman stepping out on you, and it's supposed to be your woman. That's your woman.
But you kind of make it sound like a possession.
I didn't say that. That's not what I said.
That's how I received it.
Oh, well, I'm sorry. But no, I
felt very, possessive.
Mm-hmm. No, I didn't say possession.
That's a moment.
Because it is. I mean, that's... Yeah.
Speak your truth.
I am. I speak my truth. That area is fit for me. You understand what I'm saying? If you've been with that person and you've been dealing with that person for that much of a time, that area fits for me. It will mold to the way mine is. You know what I'm saying? So if somebody else's goes into that, we've had a conversation about this a long time ago, me and my homies. You'll know a difference.
But see, my thing is not even necessarily about knowing or not, right? Okay, the whole thing is the double standard.
Well, that's the world we live in. I didn't make this world.
Okay for one,
I didn't make this world up, babe.
okay,
I'm just
but
saying.
is it okay for you?
I didn't say it wasn't okay. I'm just saying
I'm asking a question.
I am. I'm telling you. I'm saying more than likely I wouldn't, because you broken everything. You broken is. I mean, in general, you breaking trust and loyalty right there. And trust and loyalty and honesty is what you should be building your relationship on in the first place, or your marriage on in the first place. So once trust is broken, then loyalty is broken. Like, how can I trust you? I mean, how can you be loyal to me if you didn't you're not trustworthy? Mm-hmm. You know, they all go hand in hand, basically, is what I'm saying. So it's like once one is broken, then how can you trust with the other one, or how can you deal with the other one? You know what I'm saying?
So you don't see it surviving on either side.
I highly doubt it, but anything is possible. I'm not gonna say a complete no, but I'm gonna say like 90-10, 95-5.
Okay.
So, because it's different. I think, and we've had this conversation before too. I think in that same conversation that we had with the couples game night is that a man just is man men, it just be physical. Oh, look at them titties. Oh, look at that ass. Maybe see if I can try to hit that real quick or something. It ain't.
And men just don't think.
It just don't.
Capable of that.
And women get more emotional, get more involved. Like, conversations that you have with certain dudes can be crazy than just having sex. I mean, you connecting with this person. You connect emotionally with these people.
That's the assumption that's made.
I don't think it's an assumption. I think it's for the most part true.
It's the assumption that's made.
Okay. Well, I'm using my phones for the cameras, so we gonna have to look it up and come back to this at another point.
I mean, I know you like to give statistics.
Statistics, yes, definitely. Database information, baby.
I mean, from my experience, from other women that I know, all of the whatever, not always emotional. Dudes probably more emotional than women, and that's why you can't take your woman cheating. But that's not. I mean, that's why it's a relationship debate question.
Exactly.
So everybody had their own opinions about it. Think typically cheating has not been like a deal breaker for me, but it's not to give you the green light either.
Right. Of course.
So, I mean, I feel like I have been on both sides of the fence before. So, I mean, I wouldn't be extremely judgmental on that. But it's definitely something to work through and figure out.
Okay, cool.
So, do we want to stop right there? We want to do one more, like, little bonus question.
We can do this one right here, one of these.
All right, so we've been doing mostly questions from the relationship debates. But we do have a couple other decks of tonight's conversation cards. And so we're going to pick one from the date night questions. So, perfect date night questions. So, y'all get these cards. They real fun. Sometimes we just randomly go through a couple questions, pillow talk, you know, and have conversations about how we feel about this stuff or whatever. It's real cool.
Right.
And it's definitely helped us to dig deep on some stuff we probably wouldn't have discussed.
That's true too.
Some of
Especially
them are
deeper,
kind of like general questions, and some of them go real deep. You be like, oh, didn't expect that one, but we gonna do it anyway.
Right. And I think that these questions are like for like long-term relationships or heading to a long-term relationship or marriage, because these get deep. Some of these like you just witnessed, they can get pretty deep. So if you're just dating, you know, I mean, it's good to listen and do these questions, but these, like, some of these get deep. Y'all gotta have like that type of communication, them type of vibes, to, you know, to do it, you know, and start really understanding each other. But definitely, you know, they're good questions and good conversations, though, for sure.
So, I mean, he got other decks too. Like, it's a girls' night one.
So
Singles one, I think it's like 6 different decks. We just got 3 of them. So, I mean,
I think it's like 8. Is it 6, 8?
I mean,
like,
it's probably 8. It's a lot.
Yeah.
We only got 3.
Yeah.
So, well, we're gonna pick one from this other deck and see what he's talking about. You gonna pick it?
Tell me what you want. Tell me what you need.
Come on, baby.
That's another good love song right there. We were talking about love songs in the first part.
Oh, that's baby making music. Come on.
Ain't that the difference? There's a difference? I don't think there's a difference.
That's more like bedroom boom, but okay.
Well, okay. Well, tell me about the last time you stood up for yourself and how it made you feel. Oh, wow. That's not even a relationship dating question. That's, I don't know. That's just a general.
Get to know you
Yeah.
question.
The last time I stood up for myself. So I guess it was at work. I got a interesting supervisor. I'm not gonna put his business out there because I'm putting this on live, but he has these mood swings where he be cool one day or cool for like, you know, an hour or so, and then next thing you know, he be wanting to snap on people, and people then walked out because of that. People then walked out because of him having too much anger issues, or, you know, snapping off of people, don't know how to talk to people right. And so he's actually came to me before, and I snapped off on him, and then I came back to him a couple minutes later and talked to him man to man, and then we had a conversation and we cool now. So yes, that's the last time, and that was like earlier in this. It wasn't this week. It was earlier this month though. It was like a couple weeks ago, like early part of February.
Okay.
So yeah.
Okay.
But no, she talking about this week because I told her the story about people walking out. That actually did happen this week. But me and him having a conversation and me snapping off on him because he snapped off on me, that was a couple weeks ago, like early this month. So, yeah. What about you?
So, for me, it's probably work too, for real, because I feel like for some reason at work, it's just where everybody want to test your patience.
Mm-hmm.
For real.
Test your gangster.
And I am very soft spoken in all the spaces I am. And I remember like first starting to work with students, and students telling me like, you gotta yell at them and you gotta do this or whatever. They not gonna listen to you. No, ma'am. So what I'm not gonna do is raise my blood pressure because you deciding to get out your body today.
Mm-hmm.
When you're ready to talk, we can have a conversation. And that's just how I approach these conversations. And so it definitely was, I don't know, like I have a supervisor that's actually a big advocate for me. So a little opposite of what you deal with, where you got to kind of defend yourself against your supervisor sometimes. But like I feel like my supervisor be trying to take up for me a lot or whatever, or advocate on my behalf, and it's like you don't have to do that.
Mm-hmm.
And so, I feel like I had to recently like kind of put her together and let her know like I'm an adult, I can handle it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Let me talk to him.
Okay.
And so, like I would rather have a personal conversation with that person one on one, and then we could deal with it. Like you don't have to make a scene in front of other people to show everybody else you the damn boss.
Mm-hmm.
You don't gotta do it. Not on my behalf. So, yeah, just let me handle it in my own way. I just have the type of spirit that calm other people.
Mm-hmm.
So I haven't had to deal with a lot of conflict in that sense. But yeah, I can handle my own battles.
Mm-hmm.
I know I look like, or I talk, a little chill. I respond too calmly for people, and
Mm-hmm.
everybody want me to turn up, and everybody ain't gotta run up and get done up.
Run up, get done up. Run up, get done up. If we beefing, I got you.
That's not
If
the
we
lifestyle
beefing,
I'm
I got
choosing.
you.
And so, I mean, the Lord fight my battles for me anyway, so I ain't worried about nothing. So, I mean, come to me respect, I give it back to you.
Mm-hmm.
But you're going to talk to me like an adult. I'm not a child.
Mm-hmm.
Not 12, I promise. And sometimes people with credentials feel like they could belittle you. And we're going to come correct with this.
Right.
100%. So, yeah.
Cool. I got you on that. All right, well, that's this Valentine's Day episode. Like and subscribe. And we'll see y'all next time. My name is Chris from the Lou.
I'm Lady V.
And this is a Midwest Thing podcast. Midwest, St. Louis, STL, Chi, Chicago. Yeah. Let's go.
Thanks for tuning in.
Thank you.